Countdown is on to Black Friday, but before you join the masses out there, we want to make sure that everybody keeps it safe. There are some things that retailers actually need to keep in mind before they open the door for those steals and deals. We've got attorney Christian Stegmaier in from Collins and Lacy with some great advice. So, Christian, what are some of the main things that they need to keep in mind right now to protect not just the retailers, but also customers?
Well, I was reading the other day about how many tens of millions of people are going to be shopping on Black Friday, and I think somewhere between a third or 40% of the population is going to be out there actually on that day. And so you're going to have a lot of folks in your stores. And so the things that we tell our clients is, everybody has policies and procedures in place. Their employees need to know that before those doors open. The other thing, too, is that we've found, especially for our larger retailers, is partnerships that they can have with local law enforcement. Because, as we've seen in years past, people can be unruly. And the way to manage and control the situation is having ample law enforcement in place. And lastly, if something goes awry, where people get themselves into trouble is if they don't have a plan to address any sort of emergency that arises. So our retailers actually need a plan in place. So if something goes wrong, they know how to address it.
What about the stores that already have lines of people camping out? I mean, some people are missing Thanksgiving dinner with their family because they're camping out trying to cash in on a deal.
You're exactly right. We were talking about the fact that there are some retailers where folks have been out there since last week.
Yes.
And there are a couple things that some of the other retailers are working on is what they'll have is a situation where they'll have ticketing where, people waiting there for days on end. Folks who are in line, they'll get a ticket, and there will only be so many tickets. So you don't have a situation where folks are just there endlessly. The other thing, too, is I've seen some of the retailers having a situation where they're guaranteeing pricing on particular items after the store opens for a certain amount of time. So you're not forcing people to miss out on Thanksgiving or spend the entire night there the night before waiting to get into the store.
And you make up such a great point, because when those limited deals run out, it might be for the first 50 customers. It's not for everybody who shows up that day. So tensions can run high. You can have a bad situation develop quickly. If something does happen, what then?
Well, if something does happen, what has to occur is you have to have people in the stores who know how to address the situation, people who are trained, people who can work with the customers and explain to them the situation and just try to keep those tensions down as best as possible.
And the bottom line for preparing for Black Friday for the retailers and protecting customers? Having
people in place who know what they're doing and being able to adequately communicate to your customers what's expected and what they can find, and making sure the shopping experience is as pleasurable as possible.
And I'll add my 2 cents for the customers to do their research ahead of time, to read the fine print, to see the exclusions, and pack your patience, people. Pack your patience. Don't ruin the Thanksgiving holiday for all of that, but have fun on the Black Friday shopping. Christian, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy Thanksgiving
Thank
to you.
you.
Enjoy the holiday season.
You too.